Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Sid Meier's Civilization 6. This 4X strategy game is available now for Mac and Windows. At the time of the recording of this video, the game costs $59.99 US on Steam. Civ 6 is truly a new Civ title. It introduces many gameplay overhauls and new mechanics to the long-running 4X series. There are now 4 paths to victory in the game. Domination requires players to conquer all opposing capital cities. Culture victory requires a civilization to draw in a majority of the tourists. Science victory will see players launching several vehicles into space, and religious victories will require more than 50% of each opponent's city converted to your religion. A new religious victory is actually a lot less passive than it sounds. Religious units are their own self-contained war, using words instead of projectiles as weapons. While the early game's pantheons provides much-needed bonuses that will guide the player's strategy throughout the game, religion adds a new layer of complexity to the overall game that requires players to not only guard themselves from enemy bombs, but also their words. It complements the domination victory nicely and balances out the more peaceful culture and science victories. To make religious, cultural, and science victories more appealing, the Warmonger mechanic has seen a major facelift in Civ 6. Now, being a warmonger will take a toll on your own population, which makes a domination victory more than just having a lot of troops. A warmonger penalty is applied during conflict and carries some serious penalties if the war drags on for too long. Civic research can help offset some of the penalties by providing certain situations where a war is appropriate, which creates some interesting strategic opportunities. I think this new system puts domination victories on a very even footing with the other 3 victories, and adds some much needed complexity to the usually bland, beat up everyone and win. Another big addition to the series is the Great People system. These famed individuals from history grant players big bonuses and are earned with Great Person points. One person of each type is chosen at random and placed in a pool that all players share in the game. Players can keep track of each other's progression towards a Great Person and snipe them through patronage purchases of gold or faith. The universal nature of the Great People system adds a new opportunity for strategic and diplomatic maneuvering that is quite unique to the game. One of the biggest hurdles with getting new players into 4X titles is the rather steep learning curve. The giant encyclopedias that tend to come with these types of games are usually quite daunting, and the initial tutorials tend to be very vague, especially considering how long these 4X games tend to last. While Civ 6 hasn't quite found the magic bullet to this problem, it is one of the more newbie-friendly 4X titles on the market so far. The advisor can be set to introduce the game to new players or bring veterans of previous titles up to speed. The advisor constantly has suggestions on the player's next move, and I like the fact that the AI leaders of other civilizations will sometimes drop hints about potential weaknesses the player is currently experiencing. The audiovisual presentation is excellent. The sound effects and voice acting are top-notch. The soundtrack is stellar as it strikes a perfect balance of upbeat tunes and relaxing music that doesn't distract from deep thought. I am thrilled that Christopher Tin has returned to compose the game's theme song, as it is brilliant work. The art style is a little more laid back than previous titles, with a slight cartoony flair that will be familiar to those who've played Civilization titles on the mobile platforms. On the technical side, there are plenty of options to tweak and even a benchmarking tool to boot. To be perfectly honest, it's really hard to encapsulate everything about Civ 6 in my usual 5 minutes or less, but I'll give it a shot. Sid Meier's Civilization 6 is a great mix of classic Civilization gameplay and new mechanics. The additions to the game add some really compelling new layers to the game that embodies the jostling and maneuvering of the real world. It has the sort of depth that keeps players going for just one more turn until the sun is peeking up through the curtains and you've realized you've stayed up all night playing Civ. While Civ 6 hasn't really conquered the challenge of lowering the notoriously steep learning curve of 4X titles, it does a pretty darn good job of getting dedicated newbies through the front door. I'm awarding Civilization 6 9 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, check out our review of the crass and utterly hilarious Shadow Warrior 2 here on the left. If you're looking for some more awesome music, check out our review of the rhythm RPG The Metronomicon here on the right.